Welcome to SufiVoice.com. My name is A. Jahangir. In today's session, we'll be looking at presupposition. Okay, we'll discuss what is a presupposition, why do we need to have presuppositions, and what is the significance role played by presuppositions in neuro-linguistic programming language. Okay, so let's get started with the word presupposition. So it's a combination of two words, a prefix pre and a root word suppose. Pre means before, suppose assumed or believed. So presuppositions are a very powerful tool that are widely used in neuro-linguistic programming practitioners, and it is also used in marketing area. Once you understand what it is, you will be wonderstruck by its usage, and I'm sure definitely you will use it in your life and see how things will become easy from your side. Okay, so as I stated, it is pre-assumption. Okay, in a way, presupposition is a claim assumed to be true but unstated. Presupposition is a claim assumed to be true but unstated. Means the person will not talk about it. The person will not directly talk about it, but the other person, listener, will have an inference. The listener understands that what is he talking about. Okay, now for example, if someone says is John still writing poetry? Is John still writing poetry? So for the listener, it's very clear that John writes poetry. Now when I make the statement, presupposition, is John still writing poetry or is John still composing poems? I did not say that John writes poems, but it is a presupposition. The question tag presupposition indirectly gives an implication to the listener that John writes poetry. So presuppositions are a very powerful tool that that are widely used. Okay, that are widely used, and the main intention of presupposition is to see that it indirectly, without putting much effort, convinces the other person. Okay, so they are widely used in especially marketing areas and wherever the person is in a dilemma. Okay, wherever the person is in a dilemma, not to take a decision, or a little bit he's moving to and fro to confirm his decision. In such places, if appropriate presupposition is used, that will lock the deal. The deal will be in your favor. Okay, now let us look at some of presuppositions that are used in the marketing area. Now, a company which is highly reputed has launched many products, and it is going to launch another product, and as a tagline or in the advertisement, our new product, if they state something like this, our new product is more reliable. Our new product is more reliable. It's a presupposition. Now, just think about this statement from customer's point of view. Let us imagine that I am a customer and I bring in product from that particular company, and I have seen that the products of that particular company are very reliable. Now, the moment I see this statement, our new product is more reliable, it's a presupposition. So the statement shouts in my mind to go and buy that product, because already I have seen that the products of this particular company are more reliable. Added to it, the company has used a presupposition. Okay, our new product is more reliable. Means if my earlier products I had used for 10 years, this is going to be useful for me for the next 15 to 20 years. Whether it will be useful or not, that is secondary. But it would help me to decide to buy that particular product. Okay, so this is one good example of presupposition. Another presupposition example I will give you. Now, often when we make a purchase, and once you have decided to buy a product, okay, maybe you would have definitely seen this in most of the digital stores. Like you wanted to buy an electronic gadget, you have decided that you want to buy this. The sales executive will say, okay, sir, this is excellent product. Will you be using Visa or Master? Will you be using Visa or Mastercard? Now it's a presupposition. Now, as a customer, I never told him that I will pay by card or cash. But still, this smart sales executive has used a presupposition. Will you be using a Visa or Mastercard? Means he has assumed that I will be paying with a card. Okay, so he is not, again, he's not putting you, he's not, we should not take him for judgmental. And to be on safe side, he is saying Visa or Master. Now, immediately the customer may say, can I use a demand? Why not, sir? Sure. So presuppositions are a very powerful tool, and if they are used, they can lock in. Okay. Now, let us take another example of a restaurant. No doubt the restaurant prepares a very delicious food. Okay, and in the beginning entrance of the restaurant, they have written something like this: we are not only the ones, but we are the best. Okay, see how beautiful presupposition it is. We are not only the ones, but we are the best. What does it mean? We are not only the ones, means in the food community, or we are not the only restaurant in this place. There are many restaurants just like us, but we are the best. Okay, now when you are framing this presuppositions, you should also take care of legal aspects. Your preposition should not land you in legal issues. So you should be very careful when you are framing this presuppositions. Now, in this sentence, there is no scope for legal issue. Why? We are not the only ones. Only once he has generalized. He has not given any name of the restaurant. But again, he is saying, among all the restaurants, we are the best. How? But we are the best. Okay. So what happens? It triggers something in the customer's mind. Oh, how come? This person says but we are the best. Let us see whether the food they serve is really very delicious. So it becomes a preposition trigger. It triggers. It compels the customer to take an action. Okay, so like this, prepositions are very useful if they are properly framed and especially take care of, if you are using it in marketing, take care of legal issues. Never ever talk about your competitors or name your competitors when you are framing prepositions. They should be very general. Right. Now, should the prepositions be lengthy? May not be. It's not necessary that prepositions should be lengthy or they should be used in high language. Rather, it's the other way around correct. It should be as simple as it should be as simple as to understand. Even a layman who doesn't know much about it will understand. Okay, so prepositions are not a new thing. They have been in the industry and we come across them at many instances, but we don't pay much attention. And these prepositions are used in NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, as a very powerful tool. These are used as accepted words. Okay, these are used as accepted words or assumptions, and these accepted words and assumptions in NLP help you to better understand different situations, and there are a number of them which will help you to be more focused and to handle the situations in different contexts in a better way. So in this session, I will try to share with you few of NLP presuppositions. So let's get started with the first one. So the first presupposition of NLP is respect for the other person model of the world. Respect for the other persons. See, we are all unique. Our mindset is different. Our personality is different. We cannot judge people and we cannot have a high expectations, or sometimes our perceptions may be deceptive. Okay, so this very good, beautiful presupposition, respect for other persons. Everyone is unique. Everyone is unique. You cannot expect the same thing from everyone. But rather, if you use an empathy here and try to look at the things from other person's perspective, then you will better understand the situation. Okay, now let us take an example to understand this presupposition, respect for other persons. Okay, now there is one person who is highly productive. There is one person who is very highly productive, but always his face will be frown. He never smiles. He's very productive. He's very good at work, but always he keeps a frown face, serious face. Now, looking at his external or outer appearance, we should not make up a thought in our mind that this person is always serious. But rather, if you understand and if you try to find out why this person is so serious all the time, maybe it is his way of getting the work done. Maybe in the beginning he was very liberal and people had taken advantage of his liberal thoughts and they did not listen to him. Maybe that's the reason he has added up a new layer of being serious all the time. Unless until the things are given at a higher level or at higher order, people don't take it seriously. Maybe that is his way of life. So his serious nature should not make us look low on him. Rather, it should create a special respect. We should understand that everyone is different. Maybe the bitter experiences which he had molded this person to be the way he is today. Okay, so please remember this NLP presupposition, respect for other persons. It is also called as model of the world. Everyone is unique. At least keep this words in mind. Okay. Let's move on with one more presupposition, NLP presupposition. The mind and body affect each other. The mind and body affect each other. Okay. Now, if you are nervous, if you are overburdening your mind, if you are giving too many thoughts, what happens? There is a limit for everything. And for your mind also there is a limit. And once this limit crosses, it shows impact on the body. Body starts giving signals that you are putting more load on it, which is it is not able to tolerate. Especially it comes with stress management. Okay, so if you put a lot of burden, a lot of stress on your body, what happens? To some extent the body will tolerate. Beyond it, you may have to face problems in the long run. Okay, now to make a very clear understanding of this, say someone is very nervous of giving presentation. Somehow he has a high degree of stage fear. Okay, so he never likes to face the audience, or he never likes to wishes to address the audience. Now, what happens to this person when he stands before the audience? There may be sweat in his hands, his legs may shiver, there may be a little bit of disturbance in his stomach. Often people call it as butterflies in the stomach. What are those? These are all changes. These are all effects that are given by the mind and that are felt in the body. So this is also a very good presupposition that is widely accepted. And once you understand this, once you know this, then tackling the situation will not be very difficult. Okay, then next one, behavior is geared towards adaptation. Behavior is geared towards adaptation. Now here he has used three significant words, high weightage words, you can say. Behavior, geared, then adaptation. Behavior is geared towards adaptation. Adaptation means accepting the things. Okay, accepting the things. When you adopt to the situation, it will be easy for you to bring in changes in your behavior. And once those changes are easily adopted, there will not be any problem at all. So behavior is geared towards adaptation. We need to adopt to the situations. You need to, like, it's a survival of the fittest. If you change according to the context, according to the circumstances, then only you will survive. Otherwise, you will not survive. Okay, we need to adopt, we need to change our behavior according to the circumstances. So this is a very beautiful NLP presupposition. Next, there is no failure, only feedback. There is no failure, only feedback. It may look strange. What is this? There is no failure, only feedback. Yes, but it is true. It is true. Why? If you think as a failure, it will not allow you to go ahead. It will not allow you to march ahead in your life. Or in other words, a failure is a stepping stone for success. What is more important? Reflecting on the failure is not important. More important is how to be successful. And if you want to be successful, what do you have to do? You have to find out where things went wrong. And if you rectify it, then you'll be again successful. There is nothing like free lunch in this world. Everything has to be achieved. Everything has to be attained. You cannot take a back step. Nothing comes free in this world. So we should not get dejected when you have a failure. Rather, we should gather all the strength, put in double efforts, and stop not until you get the success. Don't take a big back step. Okay. Now let us take an example. There is a bright student who has never failed in any subject, but somehow in one subject he had failed. Now, someone who has not tasted failure at all, for him it will be an uphill task, and in the first place he will not be able to accept the failure because he sees failure as an insult, because it's not his habit to be a failure. Always he has been victorious. Now at this point, if he sees his failure as a feedback, then there is no pain. He will, instead of getting depressed, he may gather the strength to once again boldly face the situation and be successful. Okay, so failure, there is no failure, only feedback. Means instead of burdening ourselves, overthinking about why did I fail, we should look for the reasons of our failure. And once you rectify those reasons, again no one can stop you. Okay, so this is another very beautiful NLP proposition which you have to remember and put it in practice. Okay, next. All procedures should increase wholeness. All procedures should increase wholeness. What does it mean? Procedure means the steps, okay, or the steps or the way we try to do the things. Okay, now what is the sentence saying? All procedures should increase wholeness. Means whatever you do, see that everything is united. Everything is aimed at the end result. Okay, So whether you're doing it in 2 steps, 3 steps, or you're doing it in n number of steps, that is not important. The ultimate result is important, and it also counts as a team. You cannot win the world alone, but you can definitely win the world as a team. So who is doing what, that is not important. Together as a team, had you achieved it or not, that is more important. So I hope that you will definitely use this presuppositions in your day-to-day life. Okay, and I would be very happy if you can take up some time and share few presuppositions on my FB page. Let us make it more lively and interactive. Hope you liked today's session, and as usual, I once again thank you to be a very good listener, and request you to spread the message of Sufi voice of humanity, to as many people as possible. Please do subscribe, please do support my channel. Thank you. Have a good day.